What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here once again with the one, the only,
Gershwan.
and today we're back at it again, answering more questions in another installment of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. Also, if you guys enjoy listening to us rant about 40K or random shit, support the channel with a super thanks. If you do, ask us a question because we will guaranteed answer it in the next episode, and we'll even solidify your question as a thumbnail question for all of the series.
And that is exactly what we have for Sussy13. They're asking, are there any scams in 40K? Maybe insurance fraud, lotteries, OnlyFans, Nigerian prince emails?
The biggest scam is GW itself. They are really bleeding us dry.
Yeah, one of the main things in recent memory, as in like 2 weeks ago, is none other than the Warhammer app. We all know 10th edition dropped and everybody is hungry to play new games of the new edition. So GW did what any business does, and they gave us a little morsel just for free. Here's the app. Try it out for free. Asterisks for limited time only.
So it's only a matter of time before they drop it's $15.99 or it's GW, so it'll be like $49.99, but you get an extra Warhammer TV Plus like add-on or whatever, and it's gonna get a lot of us. I know it's gonna get me. I've already kind of decided.
Yeah, so depending on how much it is, I don't think it's going to be 15 or 49. It'll probably be along the lines of like $7.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, so $7 a month. It's a subscription-based thing, and chances are they'll also throw in Warhammer Plus. So when you look at it, it's not that bad, but at the same time, if you're jumping into 40K and you're spending hundreds of dollars to get a codex, some dice, a rule book, terrain, the models, the paints, the glue, all the hobby stuff, and then you're ready to play, and oh no, the app that you had, it's gone. So yeah, that's like the last little F you when they could have just made it free. Maybe if you wanted to get the codex and all the updated rules, that could be the paid thing, but at least give us something so that people can still play the game without it being stuck behind a paywall.
And I think that's where it sucks, where it's like there is a paywall where there shouldn't be one.
Right. Look at Age of Sigmar.
Right.
All the freaking codices or battle tomes are free. Their app is free. So why is 40K the exception?
So it basically is saying that GW is taking advantage of the fact that players for 40K are carrying the Age of Sigmar players on their back, basically.
Yeah.
Because they get stuff for free, but then we get screwed over by having to pay. And then I know the answer to most of this stuff is always like, well, then just don't feed into the scam. But like, how could you not?
Right. You have to play. You have to have updated rules. FAQs automatically get updated on the app. It's more sensible to play it via the app because when we had the indexes, scrolling through and trying to find what rule this is, what book it's in, like for previous editions, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously like you want to support Battlescribe because Battlescribe is kind of doing the same thing that the app is going to do. Mm-hmm. But then it doesn't give you I'm pretty sure GW is forcing Battlescribe not to update as quickly.
Yeah, that's what they had to do this edition, which is why Battlescribe for 10th isn't ready yet.
Yeah. So it's a pain, but it's at the end of the day it is a scam by GW, kind of.
And scams are all over the place, even in the universe of Warhammer 40K. Rogue traders scam all the time. Crew, surprisingly, can scam you. Orcs do it all the time.
The Emperor
scams you because he does not protect.
Does not. He's on the golden throne just sitting there using the toilet. But good question. Let's move on to the next one.
This one is by...
I have one by Maverick Azor.
Go ahead.
1203. Would you enjoy a short story that pits two Space Marine chapters against each other? Yeah, of course. Whenever we read any lore on the Space Wolves, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, Space Wolves love to fight against Space Marines. The Carcharodons are always fighting against Space Marines. The Minotaurs are made to be against Space Marines. So Space Marine on Space Marine action happens all the time. Just look at the Bad Ab War.
Yep. Also, like Chaos versus Space Marines is also the same thing, kind of.
Space Marines with a little bit of flavor versus Space Marines.
Oh, they look scary because they have spiky bits, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I would say, though, that, like, so, for example, Warhammer 40K Epic, that is Horus Heresy exclusive. So you're gonna have Space Marines versus Space Marines, or
Right.
Imperium versus Imperium, or Chaos versus whatever. But like that's kind of annoying. That
Yeah.
I don't like.
Well, the whole Horus Heresy was always Space Marine versus Space Marine.
Yeah, but throw in some like Nids, throw in some like Nids aren't around.
They weren't around yet.
But like Orcs, Eldar, like they have the potential to make epic. I don't even think it's not called epic anymore, right?
No, it's something else.
But that stuff annoys me, where it's just like Space Marines against Space Marines. But again, people buy it because it's Space Marines, so it must mean that GW can do that kind of thing.
Yeah. It sucks knowing that Space Marines always get all the love because everybody buys Space Marine stuff. But it's like, it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because like I was thinking about maybe them starting like an Exodite army for the Eldari. But that's not going to happen because nobody really buys Eldar models. So what are the chances of that ever happening?
Right, yeah.
Slim to none.
It would just be a kill team at best.
Yes.
Next question.
So this one was by Scrambled Eggs 27. So the Death Guard has no flaws. Prove me wrong.
The Death Guard has a lot of flaws, actually. The number one thing is that the Death Guard is going crazy.
Yeah, they're going crazy. At least on the tabletop, they're kind of a slower army. But in the lore, it's like, do you really want to live forever, but like in a decaying, almost agonizing, but not really agonizing state?
Well, you're psychotic, aren't you? Because you are existing outside of... Because Death Guard are the Blood Angels, like, thing, right?
No, the Death Guard, the Nurgle ones.
Oh, Nurgle. Okay. So are they the
You're
best?
thinking of the Death Company.
Death Company.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. No, because like at the end of the day, like you feel no pain.
Right, but I mean, you still have like a tentacle for an arm. Your eyes like oozing down your face, like.
Yeah, you need that agency of like time is running out for you to enjoy life.
But
Whereas
they enjoy
don't.
it because they know there's nothing to fear. Nurgle has blessed them.
I know, so you're blessed with eternal life.
Right.
In misery, maybe.
Dang, that's deep.
They're not the best. The Thousand Sons are the best. Speaking about feel no pain, Evangelium asks, what's the difference between an invulnerable save and a feel no pain?
So invulnerable save is like a force field. Like you have like a Rosarius, you have a shield that protects you from like blasts, where a feel no pain is you taking the damage but being so tough or hyped up on like with drugs and stuff that you don't actually acknowledge the wound there.
Yes, which you would think that like orcs would have more feel no pains, but they do not.
Yeah, they have t-shirt saves.
They do. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Obviously, armor saves are the armor you're wearing, and then cover saves is like whatever ground, be it like a bunker or a crater, trees. That's the protection from incoming fire.
Right, yeah. Nothing will be a Terminator, right? 2+?
Yeah, you can't have a 1+.
Yeah. Next question comes from Robert's Favorites. What Chaos God would the Muffin Man most likely fall into?
So I don't know the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Yeah, the one who lives on Drury Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do know the Muffin Man.
I guess. He's baked.
He is.
So Slanesh?
I could see that.
He's like food.
Yeah. Consumption, pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Gingerbready, he's sugar, he's sweet, he tart.
That's all tall tale signs of Slanesh and pleasure.
You got that
Hedonism.
cream filling.
Stuffed crust. Next question.
So this one's by Plague Nuts. Abaddon is basically a failure. They retconned him into finally doing something in this edition and previous ones. It took him 10k years to actually do a little bit of pain to the Imperium. Why do you think he was being so butthurt and doing nothing for 10k years until just now?
Well, it's not so much that he wasn't doing anything. It's just that what he was doing was like little pieces to a grander plan, which eventually became the Cicatrice Maledictum.
Right. The Black Crusades that he did, they were all masks. They were all a facade for like minimum like stealth missions. Yeah. I'm going to attack this part of the Imperium, but I'm actually going into this moon to take this one artifact.
So if anything, it's just your puny little mind who could only see in thousands of years where Abaddon can see in 10,000s of years.
There you go.
And he'll continue to do that because he's up to no good still.
Yeah. You're looking at the short-term goals. You got to see the long-term goals.
And that's just like a rule of life. Always aim for something way, way far in the future.
Aim for the stars, because even if you miss, you'll
No, aim for the moon.
aim for the moon. There you go.
So if you fail, you end up with the stars or some shit.
Yeah.
Just sell drugs. Next question.
This one is by Shane Blankenop. Where the hell are the snake bites in current orc lore?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say snake bites are kind of like being not phased out, but like they're being overshadowed by the Beastnagga boys.
And I think they're part of the clan. So, like, I think the way it was in 9th edition, and we don't have any of the codexes out, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do this in the codex. You have tribes, and each tribe represents a certain faction of the orcs. So essentially what's going to happen is that the snake bites are going to be part of, like, it's all Beastnagga boys are going to be snake bites, but not all snake bites are Beastnagga boys, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Well, no, because, like...
Because you could have Beastnagga boys that aren't part of the snake bites. And you could have snake bites that don't have Beastnagga boys.
I don't think so. I think that's the whole point of, like, Beastnagga. Yeah, Beastnaggas are snake bites. Because they are connected to the old ways.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is, like... raising grots or squigs into, what are they called? Hog squigs?
Hog squigs.
Hog squigs, yeah.
Hogs.
GW is basically just making you buy new orc models. And we can tell that because in 10th edition, a good orc list has to have, like, Beastnagga boys.
Yeah.
OGW. Last question. You got one? I got one from... How dare you exist? Are you two gay lovers? Very cool.
Yes, we are cool.
We are. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out.
That's all we got. Keep those questions coming, guys. Again, super thanks. Always helps the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next one. This has been The Sound Alchemist.
Gersh1.
And we're out.
Oh, if you could put my freedom back in any